Hello, DBA students. Welcome to the CMU. This is Dr. Borumand. I have been here in CMU for 18 months or more, and I would be delighted today to share some of my ideas about research and dissertation with you. Let's start with the top 10 skills that the World Economic Forum thinks people who get educated in this world or in the business world, they need. These 10 skills, they think they are the most important 10 skills you can have. And you can see on this slide, you can compare it with what was their impression in 2015, so how it has evolved. As you see on the top of the list, there's complex problem solving, critical thinking, creativity, and I jump to number 10, cognitive flexibility. I think these are the issues that you have to emphasize as a DBA student, especially the critical thinking, of course, always, and especially the notion creativity. The reason it's important because AI is growing and the robots are going to replace you if you're not creativity. It looks like humans still in the creativity department can beat the robots. So you have to, and believe it or not, there's a different schools about creativity, but creativity can be learned. There's one school that believes creativity can be learned. So put emphasis on that. And then the last one, cognitive flexibility. My interpretation of that is you have to be able to learn and learn fast. The most important thing you can learn is how to learn. Learning to learn is something you have to master because everybody in these days, the things are changing so fast that that's the only way to survive and succeed. Learning to learn. As your professor, I'm constantly learning new tricks and new trades, right? So I just want to emphasize that. But let's go back to the dissertation, and I want to give you some pointers. First of all, it's a big challenge. This is one of the biggest challenges you're going to face in your life, writing a dissertation, and hopefully it's going to be a good legacy from you, contribution that you are going to have in the business world. But when you're deciding to pick your dissertation topic, you have to be very careful. You have to be ambitious, but also your ambitions have to be checked against the reality, right? So try to pick up a topic that you can handle, you and your advisor can handle, right? You cannot be too idealistic. I don't want to limit your ambition, but again, be mindful of that. Also, certainly because you are going to spend quite a few years of your life and many hours on this topic, so make sure you pick something that you are passionate about, okay? That's going to always help you when you are going to hit roadblocks during this process. And also, the topic has to be meaningful and something that is also important to others, right? Do not pick a topic that basically nobody cares about. You would be lucky if you can align your interest and passion with your career aspiration. Okay, plan for that, but the fact of life is some of these things also luck has a factor in it. But that's what you have to aim for. Your passion and your aspiration, try to make them align with each other. And also on the technical side, you have to pick a topic that there are data available for it, right? You don't want to start something, initiate something, and then you realize there are not enough data. That is the problem. You don't have the data to approach that problem. All right, so again, on the issue of choosing the topic, I recommend that throughout your coursework, all these different courses you take, seminars you attend, papers you read, keep your eyes open. That critical thinking that we mentioned earlier, there are a lot of gaps in human knowledge. If you look at it casually, you think everything is solved. But if you look a little bit closer, there's going to be a lot of gaps. There are a lot of things people don't know. Try to pick one of those which matches the criteria I said in advance, earlier, and then hopefully you're going to have a good dissertation topic going forward. But again, don't forget, these next few years are going to be a very special period in your life. This is the time that you have to take your time and genuinely dedicate yourself to this goal that you have to create something of a legacy, of a value for yourself. When you look back at this time, you remember it as a time that you actually passionately were working toward discovery or contribution to the business world or otherwise, right? So treat the world as your playground. all these big innovators and discoverers that we have seen throughout the history, let me quote Newton. Newton was saying, I'm just a kid playing on the beach looking for the pebbles, round pebbles, right? So treat the world and try to enjoy it, okay? It's going to get tough, I'm telling you. It's going to get tough. It's going to get frustrating. It's research, right? But try to stay with it. Try to be passionate about it and try to enjoy it and create something good. So up to this point, I was telling you how important it is to pick a topic that you are passionate about and is aligned with your career aspirations and otherwise, right? But I'm going to tell you something opposite now. I'm going to tell you that almost what you choose is almost irrelevant in a sense. In what sense? In this sense. Because what you're actually learning here is the set of skills and competencies and abilities to do research. And when you have those skill sets, is almost independent on what you are looking at. You could be a researcher, even you can switch the fields. I mean, I myself, I'm coming from the natural sciences. My background is in physics. Now I'm studying economics and finance and doing research in these domains, right? When you pick up these skills, skill research, you become a scholar. You become a scholar. You have the skills. Any topic, you can delve into it. You can go find the resources and you can contribute, right? So again, regardless of your topic, try to learn these skills. Very good, because sooner than later you are going to use them again and again. And eventually, I want to finish this with somebody. If you're talking about research, there's probably no one alive better than Noam Chomsky when it comes to the research and scholarly work. I have a quote from him. I'm going to read from him. It says, to know basically to be a scholar and to be educated and a researcher is that what is important is to know where to look, know how to formulate serious questions, to find your own way, to shape the questions that are worth pursuing and develop the path to pursue them. Again, when it comes to the research, 50% of the job is defining the problem. If you define the problem very good, then you are 50% on the road to finding a solution, right? Usually the problems that fail to find a solution are misdefined. They are not well defined, right? I think there was a quote from Einstein that says, if I had 1 hour audience with the creator, I would spend most of it asking what question I have to ask. So again, finding the right question, and that's where your advisor comes in, your supervisor. That's what they help you to define the problem and find a good problem. Anyhow, let's continue with this. That means knowing, understanding many things, but also much more important that what you have stored in your mind, to know where to look, how to question, how to challenge, and how to proceed independently is very important to you become an independent researcher. That means you set the goal, you define the question, and you go about it, check all the resources that you have to find the answer, and to deal with the challenges that the world presents to you. All right, I hope to see you soon, and good luck on your future endeavors. And we'll be here, glad to help with you to share with you this journey. I would be glad to see you. Bye.